So yeah, this is part two because I was cut off before. But yes, I was talking about her love interest in the film, Ryan, played by Burnham. Sorry. And we also have a cameo by Laverne Cox, who plays Cassie's boss at the cafe where she works at. But yeah, her love interest. Initially, it starts very playful and innocent, and then you realize that he had harbored or perhaps was reconnecting with her. And there's this possibility where the film oddly turns from thriller to revenge movie to a rom com. They have a very sassy, cute moment with what's her name, Paris Hilton's. When she wanted to pursue a music career, she had like a couple of hits out, and so it's very kooky, very cute, very montagey, typical rom com. Perhaps playing into the nostalgia of the 1990s too. But they did a great job also in selecting the particular actors that they got that would eventually be the bad guys in the film. People that have been in other shows or films as beloved characters from the 90s, from the 2000s, and even in Netflix, like the actress, the character that Madison, played by Alison Brie. If you remember her from Glow, I mean, if anything, I thought it felt like a Glow reunion because between her and Al, who's played by Chris Lowell, they're from Glow. It felt very reminiscent of Glow. So, but the fact that they were like these Karens and Carls and Bretts, of that era, typical nonsense that would happen in college dorms and get overlooked. And I believe there's also another character here from, yes, Connie Britton, who plays the Dean Walker. If you know her from American Horror Story, she's very complicit in this film. And, has all the excuses in the world that I'm sure that for, Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh, a lot of people, Kavanaugh, I think I'm pronouncing correctly. Again, excuse me if I'm not. But, yeah, they give him a pass. It's all the, we'll look the other way type stuff. And you don't know how that can impact a person that is already vulnerable and is already hurt and traumatized, and then that this person that you believe could help you, at least in seeking justice, and they kind of look the other way because, well, he seems like such a promising young man, And why couldn't she be seen as a promising young woman? Hence our title. So until Cassie kind of puts her, in her place, and kind of makes her, shipwrecks when it comes to her daughter, and put her in a vulnerable situation. Again, nobody here was harmed, but the scenario was implanted, and that's when all hell breaks loose. I appreciate stories like that because it plays into the psyche. I love films that don't spoon feed things to you. It makes you work the imagination because honestly, they've always said the imagination is always 10 times more scarier than reality. So it was a great film, very woman positive, even though it had those instances that were a bit brutal to stomach, but it's through the perspective of the woman. So I appreciated that, and I'm more than welcome to seeing these types of films, if you want to call them revenge films, because she does. She ultimately has her revenge at the end. She puts herself in this position of the nurse at a bachelor party because Al is, such a promising young man. Now he's going to be, a groom and already an established professional. So, of course, they have a bachelor party. And when she finds out that, unfortunately, her love interest, Ryan, was also involved, not that he raped or was involved sexually with her friend, but he was complicit. He was there that night, and so that's unforgivable, unforgivable for her. Sorry, and it's a deal breaker for her. So she kind of puts him up against a wall and threatens to go public with the video, knowing that it would destroy his career. And then we see that once he feels threatened, though he never felt that this poor girl ever was in harm's way, and that he just equates it to a young person's mistake. No, you are sadly mistaken. We see his real character shine through. And Cassie, being the smart girl that she is, the young promising woman, she was gonna have the last laugh. So it goes perfectly with what the ending credits showcases in the soundtrack in the background, because she knew she was putting herself in harm's way, but she knew that if she didn't tell anybody of her whereabouts, he would get away with it again. And essentially he came close. We see our Al character, who from, objectively, from far, he looks very nice and presentable, but he's not. He's a predator and a killer, and unfortunately, this is a brutal scene to watch, but it had to be. She is smothered to death by a pillow, and his strength, he's, much stronger than her, so he overpowers her. And here comes the friend, the day after, realizing what had happened, and still makes excuses for his friend and bails him out. And they essentially burn her body. That's just so disgusting, but it just tells you what people do. But yet, the evidence and information about her whereabouts was sent to the lawyers and I believe a number of other people. And then she put the video on full blast so that everybody can see the consequences when the truth comes out. So I appreciated this. It doesn't always have to be blood and guts. And I also don't necessarily want to be exposed to the trauma. So these female directors that I've been speaking about, like Nia DaCosta and Candyman, you don't necessarily have to show all of it for the audience to get the gist of what's happening and still be equally traumatized. You don't need to show all the blood and guts. So, with that being said, I truly enjoyed this film. It is about 2 hours, but so worth it, and you are intrigued the entire time that you don't really question the time. It made all sense. So even down to the soundtrack, even down to the makeup artistry, there's even videos online of the selection of artists that they used as props, as costumers, and makeup artists, and selecting how our protagonist was going to look. I can link that down below, but nonetheless, I really recommend this, especially for this Halloween season. If you want that thriller suspense for this spooky season, please stay tuned though, because I'm gonna be reviewing a few more films that have released recently on Hbomax, and also I might do a Halloween special, hence my background. Please feel free, let me know in the comment section down below if you enjoy my batty spooktacular in the back. If you like the wig, look, this is a Halloween wig that literally was like a flat mess that I was able to fluff up. So, again, I'm learning as well. I am quick to admit that, but that I'm still very much a novice. But I think I made wonders here, because it literally was just a flat mess and with an indentation and everything. So anyway, but yes, if you like what you see, hit that subscription button and the notification button so you are alerted of my next upload. Give us a like and a share, and please stay tuned. I have so much more stuff ready, makeup looks and reviews and TV commentaries. I can't wait to also finish watching American Horror Story. That is soon to finish. I believe the last episode is next week, so I'll give you a recap of that, which has been really spooky and great. And also we have a number of new spooky movies coming out on Netflix. Night Teeth is definitely one of those, and again, I can't wait to show you my costume. Anyway, so stay tuned, y'all, and until my next video, XOXO, Nerdy Girl.